Welcome to this episode of Tempest Universe. For those of you who are on audio only, there was no episode for you on Sunday because we went over 9 images or 9 videos from the last tranche that was dropped by the government. And to be honest, there was just a lot of viewing, not enough talking. So I decided not to put it into audio only format. So if you want to see it, it's there. It's on YouTube. Follow the link, search for the Tempest Universe podcast, and you'll find it. But we, out of that significant amount of files, I kind of got it down to 9. And 9 because there was a few that were really fascinating. The rest, business as usual, as they say in business, BAU, because it's more dots. But this time they did have more color video. And so it was interesting to see those. And what can I say? Hopefully you guys have been able, on audio only world, been able to at least go into the war.gov site and actually check out these videos yourselves, because some of them are pretty cool. And most of them, what can I say? We still need more info because it's just not enough. What we're getting is it's not enough. I get it. They just started, blah, blah, blah. No, they haven't just started. Stop lying to yourself. They've been doing this for 8 decades or more, so stop. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Don't say, don't give them a hall pass for this. Stay on it. Be upset, be angry. Tell somebody, whatever you can do to show that you're not with this nonsense. And as I also stated on the episode before that about ufology getting FUBAR, it's a true story. The stuff that I'm covering today, oh my God. Man, I just don't know. I feel like we're getting hit with everything. I think any conspiracy that anybody had at any time over the last 2,000 years is coming out now. Whether we like it or not, they are coming out, and we just got to deal with it. We got to deal with it. The first person we're going to start with is someone we enjoy hearing from, right? Ross Coulthart, the newscaster from reporter / News Nation man from Australia. Now, he has something interesting to say because, according to Ross, the White House is getting ready. Not just dumping it, this whole speech that everybody keeps talking about that Trump is going to give July 8th, which is the anniversary of Roswell. Apparently, they're trying to get prepared. Now, we remember we had this whole thing about 2 weeks ago with the pastors had this phone call, and it turned out it was Eric Burlison, but they took it to the umph level. They literally said Eric Burlison told them to, stick their I was about to say their heads in their ass, but to stick their heads in between their legs and get ready for the crash. But it didn't really go that way. There was no fire and brimstone and stuff like that. According to Eric Burlison, that's not what went down. And many of those pastors kind of walked things back a little. But Ross Coulthart, in this particular video that we're about to see, this interview he had on News Nation, he does say that the White House is attempting to reach out to people in religion at the church to find out how are we going to do this? How do we handle this business? Let me just shut up and let old Ross. It's not like you watch him 15 times a week. You got to watch him one more time. Here's Ross.
Yes, sir, I do. And I think they may well be considering doing that. There's a lot of speculation. I'm hearing it from people inside the administration that the Trump administration is indeed soliciting advice about how to tell the public that we're not alone. There are consultations taking place with spiritual leaders. I'm now able to confirm that. There was some speculation a couple of weeks ago about a group of pastors, but it turned out that wasn't directly related to the White House. But there are religious leaders that have been consulted by the White House. I'm aware of people in the administration who've reached out. I've actually spoken to people myself who've asked what I think would be the, quote, ontological shock for the public. And I've told them that, frankly, I think the biggest shock for the public would be the sense of a betrayal of trust if the government doesn't follow through and tell the whole story. Yes.
They drive me insane, these people. They really do. Because, he's saying that the betrayal would be not telling him the whole truth. But if you say that a whistleblower should just come out and just give the truth no matter what it is, no matter what restrictions or NDAs there are, then that's a problem. But you want the White House to actually just come out and say everything. First of all, it's not going to happen. And actually, the way I see this, Trump has been on camera several times saying, here's the news, I'll give you the files, but I don't necessarily believe this myself. He literally says that every time. And he's been saying that going back all the way to the first term. When he had the interview with the pilots, and I think that might have been Fravor. But the thing is, if he doesn't believe it and he's going to deliver the message, it becomes questionable. People might think he's, maybe he's gone bananas. Maybe Trump has finally gone over the edge. And I think maybe this is why we got the tranches coming out first before he does a speech, so that, people could maybe believe what the hell he's saying. I'm not really sure. It's hard to go from in a matter of what we're in May. We're at the end of May. That means we have about a month to believe that Trump believes what he's saying. What he eventually is going to say. I don't know who's going to deliver the message, but apparently he has a speech. And again, it's really, you need to show some ontological shock. That's the it word for ufology. When you give, like, Trump needs to be like shocked to hell, real quiet, real reserved as he read this. Maybe drop a tear like Julian Michaels did. Get real somber when he's reading it. But, even if he starts off that way, he's going to claim victory because he's the one who delivered it. No other president did it, just me. And then, the whole feeling's going to end. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Everybody's still talking about that the White House is ready to deliver this. And now they are allegedly getting prepared because they're reaching out to religious figures to see how this ontological shock might cause some serious problem for some people. Is it a bad idea? No, because in all honesty, from the beginning, that was the idea, right? That's what they said to people. The reason we're not disclosing this is because, there's religion. People are going to lose their minds when they find out the truth. And we don't even know what the truth is. In my mind, we think that it's crashes of UFOs. In my mind, I feel like maybe abductions might be the problem. People claiming they got abducted. Like, once you say aliens are real, then the next thing is, well, what about all those abductions? Betty and Barney Hill, they kind of got things started for us. Thank you very much. And then you start thinking, oh, the Obamas, their first film is going to be about Betty and Barney Hill. Maybe they know something. The abduction story is an issue once you come through this. I guarantee you, anyone that says that they've been abducted or are an experiencer in that manner, once the government says that ETs are real, abductions are going to come to the forefront. It's going to climb to the top because all these people now have something physical, tangible, besides what they've been through, that the governing body should have had knowledge of, that this was happening. And why didn't they do anything? I think that's going to be the one that's going to really start some shite for the government if they decide to actually disclose. I mean, I don't know. And then, the meaning of disclosure is very, as they say, is in the eye of the beholder, right? Because we don't know what they're going to disclose. We know what we want. We don't want no more FLIR video. I think we've had enough of FLIR video for quite a while. Please don't give us any more of that. We're done with that. Just give us the real deal. Give us the real stories. Tell us what the hell is really going on. That's what we want to know. Please help us out. We need it. We need to get past this. You don't know, I don't know, but we're experiencing it.
Greetings, listeners of the Tempest Universe. If you seek the truth beyond your skies, like this transmission and share it across your networks. And subscribe before we return.
All right, the next story, of course, is gonna be fantastic because it's one of our favorites here on this podcast, at least, the one and only Tim Burchett. What I love about Tim is, you can tell Tim is a family type of guy. You know, he's got religion in his back pocket. You know, he knows, you know, the Lord and Savior and everything. But Tim sometimes just doesn't hold things back. He literally just says it the way he thinks it. And I don't know if he ever had to walk stuff back. But here's something from Tim that I know I enjoyed. He's on a podcast. At least I don't know what this podcast is. Of course, the post does not say it. But the link to the post and for the previous information is on the description for this particular episode. But let's see what Tim has to share, because I know it's going to be fantabulous.
They say, oh, well, we're releasing it all. Well, the reality is they're not releasing it all. There's things that I've seen and people that I've talked to that don't have the clearance or the ability to come out and talk. And we've got to break through that. We've got to break through that. And I congratulate the president on his honesty to me, but as some of his top people have told me, they're getting a lot of resistance. And he said, what do you think it is? I said, Mr. President, I really honestly don't know the answer to that. I said, but I think we need to know. And I think you're the president to do it. And he is. I mean, if they don't kill him first, he's going to turn the tables on this thing. They said, oh.
I love the interviewer, right? Because he didn't even flinch. Like if I was on interviewing someone and someone were to say something like that, well, if they don't kill him first, I'd lose it. I'd probably be laughing, to be honest. But still, Tim gave no F's at this point. And as like I say, he keeps it real. He likes delivering the message kind of dry sometimes, Tim. Come on, take a little hint from Diddy. Sometimes you just can't go in that way. Is it possible that they will try to take him out like Kennedy? Could Trump's kind of like a blind disclosure? Because I feel like if he really knows everything the way they say, that he's been, you know, involved in the story, he's been informed, and they've had meetings with him about it, so he knows everything there is to know. He's a damn good actor. I mean, Trump's a freaking amazing actor then. Don't you think so? Like, how in the hell can he sit up there and literally say to me, when I'm watching him on TV, tell me that he doesn't believe, but here's all the files? And I literally believe that. I've been believing it for years. I never thought that he'd be the one releasing anything, to be honest, because he sold it. He sold me. I believe everything. He sold me on the whole idea that he has not even an ounce of interest, but that he really didn't care for the whole alien story. I just felt like a sucker, I guess. You know, Trump got me. He got me good. I just don't know. I got a couple more things for you. I left the food bar for last. The next one is about a volcano in the Philippines. I don't know what to make of this one. I'm going to put it on here anyway, so y'all can let me know, because I know people are going to let me know all the time. They do. People on the internet have no chill. No chill at all. And, you know, it's like they don't know. I know about as much as you do when I go across this, unless there's been a ton of information. Like I've gone back to posts on X or whatever, news articles, and then all of a sudden, oh, retraction. Oh, by the way, AI says this is fake. What am I? AI? What am I, a professional at this? No, not at all. According to this post, this is a volcano in the Philippines that's gone a little active. And something funky is about to happen. And this was caught on this video feed of the volcano, which was taken May 25th, which was yesterday from the time that this was recorded. You will let me know what you think. I think it's a cool vid, but is it real? You got me? Check this out. It's coming. There's no audio, by the way, if you're on the podcast. There it is. A flashing green meteor crashing behind this active volcano. Not in it, not on it, behind it. But it's not over, because now we have what appears to be a white dot UFO emerging from where this meteor landed. And there it goes. It's just lifting off, taking off into space. How crazy was that? Were these two connected? You know, when I see this, I think about that Las Vegas, Nevada incident where that kid reported that that darn meteor crashed into the backyard and there were aliens there. Big flash, big sound. Couldn't use take pictures of it because everything looked blurry. But he saw the entities. I mean, this is the way it goes down now. We have like these meteors, all different colors, and they crash down to the planet, and out of it comes a UFO. That is bananas. Now, is this actual? Is it true? I have no idea at this point. I would have to reach out to someone in the Philippines to find out. Not enough time to do that. But man, it's a cool video. And the fact that a UFO just shows up is even cooler. What do you do with this? I don't even know. I don't even know. If you're on audio only, you got to go to the link. The link is in the description so you can actually see this video that was posted about this volcano. Who knows what it is? The one thing you can say is that it doesn't look like it was a helicopter or anything like that. It looks like a white orb, a good size too, because it's not like we're up and close to the actual volcano when this was taken. But geez, that was exciting. That was pretty cool to see, especially after I saw the tranche. This was way cooler than most of the tranche, to be honest. The last one's an article, and you guys. My statement is coming true about things being FUBAR. That things have become really FUBAR in ufology. So let's go back for a moment, right? We had the situation with Gillian Michaels, right? She's talking to Louis Elizondo, and they're talking about the hybridization of humans with aliens. Because Matt Gaetz, a former congressman, said that while he was with Congress, they went to a base. Pilots pulled them over, and military folks, I'm not sure, I think it was pilots. They said, hey, did you know about the alien hybrids with humans, blah, blah, blah. Gillian Michaels was distraught. A little bit of ontological shock, if you want to call it that. Then, the New York Post released this article, which is quite fascinating. Whistleblower claims CIA used DNA data from Ancestry and 23andMe customers in search for aliens. What in the hell is going on? What? I mean, talk about shock and awe. Like, don't show this article to Gillian Michaels. Please don't. It'll be the end of her podcast and the end of a lot of things, to be honest. According to this, there was a CIA whistleblower who was on American Alchemy, and I got to go check out that episode now because now I'm like really interested. Philosopher Jason Reza Georgiani. He said that a former CIA psychic spy, Lynn Buchanan, told him about this program. Oh boy. He says that ex-analyst Christopher Kit Green allegedly created a backdoor to access DNA data to screen for specific genetic variances linked to non-human beings. First of all, if you're an alien, why in the hell are you going to 23andMe? That, let's just start there because that's the part that doesn't make any sense to me. If you're an ET, you shouldn't be using 23andMe. You literally should be go back to your damn planet and find your Ancestry.com over there. Why in the hell would you do that here? That makes no sense at all. It's beyond me. I don't even get it. He says the focus of this backdoor, hint, hint, wink, wink, was reportedly on Nordic aliens, tall, blonde, blue-eyed beings who apparently have lived among humans for some time. They give an example, like in the Colorado Rockies. And even in Scandinavia, right? Because they look more Scandinavian than anything else. Allegedly, they came to Earth via an underground railroad to escape tyranny on their home planet. Inbred with humans and want their hybrid descendants to live in peace and freedom in America. I mean, there's other places they can go to. Why everybody's got to come to America? Underground railroad. That, by the way, that's in quotes, meaning they took a ship that they escaped in, like the damn Transformers, and they came here and started to fornicate with the humans in search for safety. Right? Apparently, Buchanan also claimed that the Nordics, three of them, actually came to the CIA to ask for help to avoid being detected. First of all, how did they know they were being this part is not clear. So I'm not really sure who the hell was coming after them. Like if we had a bunch of like three humans who decided they're gonna leave the planet because they didn't fit in. Good on you. Get the hell out. Bye. Now, who it is that apparently came down is probably the question, or maybe a secondary question here, right? What kind of Nordics were these? What were they up to on their own planet? That's what we got to know, that they needed to get the hell out. So this apparently the article concludes that the story ties into a broader UFO UAP disclosures through the Pentagon, maintains there is no evidence there is extraterrestrial life, and we know that. They're not even messing around with this. People keep telling us this is the topic, and we're going to be in this foobar of disclosure and whatever else is tied into. So now the CIA is using 23andMe and Ancestry.com to find Nordics. Nordics that have escaped their planet because they want to find peace and happiness, and maybe sometime at South Beach, Miami. And they're using 23andMe and Ancestry.com. Wow. Like, I would think they would be smart enough to say, hey, Jennifer, I know, your grandparents look really perfect Nordic people. Try to stay away from things like 23andMe and Ancestry.com because, if you go in there, you might end up on a lab somewhere being dissected to figure out why your DNA is a little different. Just a little, but just enough. I would think that would be a topic of conversation for any Nordic or Nordic lineage that's ended up on this planet and could potentially really be in some trouble, right? That's an article for you, linked in the description by the New York Post. Getting around, I'm sure, because it came out this morning. I could just imagine what other kind of stories are going to come out of FUBAR disclosure. Ufology is a hot mess right now, folks. Just know it. And it's about to get freakier, I'm sure, before we hit the good stuff. And maybe true disclosure is something we don't even want, because this stuff is entertaining enough. But if they tell us we are children of alien overlords, they initially wanted to enslave us to build pyramids, but then decided, screw it, just let them have the planet. That's going to be pretty crazy. Ontological shock. They'll need another term for that. And it won't be ontological shock. I promise you. Thank you for watching the podcast. Thank you for visiting. Don't forget to just hit that subscribe, like, follow, share, do something. Come on, help me out. Bye.
Like, subscribe, and share.